A fascinating study from Princeton revealed that when people are under financial stress, their cognitive function drops by the equivalent of 13 IQ points. That's more than the effect of pulling an all-nighter. The reason? Financial worry consumes mental bandwidth, leaving less brain power for other decisions. In other words, your brain can actually keep you poor without you realizing it, not because you're unintelligent, but because your evolutionary wiring clashes with modern money. Why do intelligent, hardworking people sometimes make terrible financial decisions? People who are responsible in every other part of their lives. They work hard, meet deadlines, take care of their families, yet when it comes to money, things don't always work out. Savings disappear, debt grows, financial stress builds. It can feel confusing. If someone is disciplined and smart, shouldn't money naturally improve? The answer is surprising. Your brain wasn't designed for modern financial life. To understand this, we have to go back thousands of years, long before credit cards, investment accounts, or retirement plans existed. For most of human history, survival depended on immediate resource use. If you found food, you ate it. If you had resources, you used them, because tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. Saving for the distant future wasn't useful if the future itself was uncertain. So the human brain developed a preference for immediate rewards. Psychologists call this temporal discounting. We value rewards today more than rewards tomorrow. This made perfect sense for survival, but in modern life, this instinct works against us. Instead of deciding whether to eat food today or tomorrow, we're deciding whether to spend money or invest it, whether to buy something now or save for later. And the brain still favours the immediate reward. This is why impulse purchases feel satisfying. You see something you want, your brain imagines the enjoyment, dopamine releases, the reward feels real. But investing money produces a delayed reward. The payoff may happen years or decades later, and the brain struggles to emotionally connect with that distant benefit. This creates a conflict. Your rational mind understands that saving and investing are important, but your emotional brain wants the reward now. And emotions often win. But that's not the only psychological force affecting your finances. Another is loss aversion. People feel the pain of losing money more strongly than the pleasure of gaining money. Imagine you invested $1,000. If it grows to $1,100, the gain feels nice. But if it falls to $900, the loss feels much worse. This emotional imbalance causes many to panic during market declines, selling investments when prices drop, ironically locking in the loss they were trying to avoid. Meanwhile, patient investors who remain calm often benefit when markets recover. Your brain tries to protect you from loss, but in investing, short-term losses are part of long-term growth. Another psychological trap is social comparison. Humans constantly compare themselves to others. You see coworkers buying new cars, friends moving into larger homes, neighbours taking expensive vacations. Without realising it, your expectations adjust. What once felt like luxury begins to feel normal, and this triggers lifestyle inflation. You start upgrading your own lifestyle to keep pace, even if those upgrades slow your financial progress. Social comparison is powerful because humans evolved to live in groups. Being left behind socially once meant losing safety, so our brains still react strongly to status signals. But modern financial success often requires ignoring those signals. The people who quietly build wealth often look ordinary. They drive reliable cars, live in comfortable but modest homes, avoid constant lifestyle upgrades. From the outside, they may not appear wealthy, but their financial systems are working. Investments growing, savings accumulating, freedom increasing. Your brain also dislikes complexity. The more complicated a decision feels, the more likely you are to avoid it. This is why many people delay investing. They think they need to understand everything first. Stocks, bonds, index funds, taxes, retirement accounts. The learning curve feels overwhelming, so they postpone the decision. But waiting is costly because time is the most powerful force in investing. Even small investments grow dramatically when given enough years. But every year of delay reduces that compounding effect. The brain's aversion to complexity can keep you on the sidelines while time passes and opportunities vanish. Now, the good news, you don't need to fight your brain. You can design systems that guide it. Instead of relying on willpower, create an environment that encourages better decisions. Automation is one of the most effective tools. Automatic savings, automatic investing, automatic bill payments. Once these systems are in place, your brain stops debating every decision. The system simply runs. Automation bypasses the emotional tug-of-war between present and future. You don't have to be strong every day. You just need to set up the system once. Another powerful strategy is reducing friction. Make saving and investing easy. Make impulsive spending slightly harder. For example, keep investment accounts separate from your main spending account. The extra step required to access that money reduces impulsive withdrawals, protecting long-term progress. If online shopping is a weakness, remove saved credit card information from websites. If takeout is draining your budget, unsubscribe from delivery apps. These small frictions create pauses that give your rational brain time to catch up with your emotional brain. Visualization also helps. Instead of thinking abstractly about retirement decades away, imagine specific goals, financial freedom, travel, career flexibility, security for your family. These vivid goals help your brain connect emotionally with the future. When the future feels real, saving becomes easier because it now represents something meaningful, not just a number in an account. Studies show that people who visualize their future selves make more patient financial decisions. The more you can make your future self feel like an actual person, someone you care about, the easier it is to sacrifice a little today for their benefit. Finally, consider identity. People who consistently manage money well often share one thing in common. They see themselves as financially responsible. This identity shapes behavior. When someone believes, "I am someone who invests regularly," their actions align with that belief. They don't debate whether to invest, they simply follow their identity. Identity-based habits are powerful because they reduce decision fatigue. Instead of asking what you should do, you ask who you want to become, and then your actions follow. Small actions reinforce the identity, and the identity reinforces the actions. Let's tie this back to the Princeton study. Financial stress isn't just about lacking money, it's about the mental load of worrying about money. That mental load reduces your cognitive capacity, making it harder to plan, harder to resist impulses, harder to make good decisions. It's a vicious cycle. Stress leads to worse decisions, which lead to more stress. But the reverse is also true. When you put systems in place, automation, friction, visualization, identity, you reduce the mental load, you free up brain power, you break the cycle. Now imagine combining these ideas. Automation removes emotional decisions, structure reduces temptation, clear goals create motivation, identity reinforces consistency. Suddenly your brain is no longer working against you, it's working with you. Financial success isn't just about knowledge, it's about behavior, and behavior is shaped by psychology. Your brain evolved to prioritize immediate rewards, avoid losses, and follow social signals. But when you understand these instincts, you can design systems that guide them. Instead of reacting to every impulse, you create structures that protect your future. Over time, those structures compound. Investments grow, savings increase, stress decreases. All because you stopped fighting your brain and started designing your financial life around how it actually works. And that small shift can quietly transform your financial future more than any complicated strategy ever could. If you've ever felt like you should know better about money but keep repeating the same patterns, take a moment to recognize that your brain is doing exactly what evolution designed it to do. The solution isn't more guilt or more willpower. It's building a system that makes good decisions automatic and bad decisions difficult. Start with one change. Automate a small transfer to savings before you see the money. Then add another. Create friction around an impulse spending habit. Over time, these small structural changes will reshape your financial behavior without requiring you to be a different person. Because when your environment supports your goals, your brain finally has the chance to help you build the future you deserve.